Hey guys, 4th of July is upon us, and uh, as you can see, I am in theme. So I'm ready to make this video, and you now know what my favorite baseball team is. Like I said, 4th of July is upon us, and if you're like me, probably gonna spend most of your 4th of July outside grilling hot dogs, hamburgers, brats. But yeah, good time. Summer's full swing, and if you're like me, by the time 4th of July kind of winded down, evening hours, probably going inside, sweaty as hell, still buzzed from playing bags, and you're probably thinking, boy, I want to sit down and just chill and watch something awesome. And what can I watch? Well, I got the list of movies for you to choose from for this 4th of July, or any 4th of July really. These are the best movies, I think, that really keep that spirit of the holiday going. Let's get into it. So I only got 4 movies for this list, because there's not a lot that fit the theme, but I'm giving you what I got. Alright, so number 4. Number 4 on the list is going to be Captain America, the First Avenger. This is a superhero movie, but come on, the name is Captain America. Literally, we got America in the title of our hero here. So, can't go wrong. I mean, it's a great story. It's basically, you know, this little guy, Steve Rogers. He's scrawny, but he wants to go and enlist into the army to fight overseas in World War II, help America take down the Nazis. But, you know, he's rejected because he's this scrawny little wimp. And then he gets super serum and injected into him, and he becomes Captain America. And this is really actually an underrated film, I think, not just in general, but also for like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I feel like this is one of the more underrated films in that collection of films and in that universe. Chris Evans is really good as Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, and Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes is awesome. Like, these two guys, their characters, Bucky and Steve Rogers, they are pretty much the epitome of what you think of when you think of like the typical American soldier, if you will. Like, they're the guys who will be on the front lines and willing to lay down their life for anyone and for their cause. And it's just really heroic, and it gets me pumped, and it gets me filled with like American pride, and especially because it takes place during World War II. I don't know, something about that era just feels like everyone in that era, from the limited knowledge I have, it felt like everyone was behind America and had like pride for their country. And like, yeah, we were in the middle of a war, obviously, so it's like it was easy to feel like, yes, let's go kick ass, you know. And that's what this film's about, you know. Who doesn't want to see a guy dressed up in red, white, and blue punching the shit out of Nazis, and, you know, taking on a great villain, Red Skull. Red Skull is such an awesome villain, and I mean, think of it as if, like, I don't know, Hitler got like some sort of like super powers, or it's Hitler on steroids, basically. Yeah. So, anyways, Captain America: The First Avenger. It's a great. Not only is it a great superhero movie, great movie to get you pumped up with that American pride for 4th of July. So that's my number 4 pick. Coming in at number 3 is Jaws. This is a Steven Spielberg classic, and the reason I pick it mainly is because the whole movie takes place over the 4th of July weekend. If you, for some reason, have not seen Jaws by now, I would describe this movie as like horror / adventure / thriller. And it's one of Steven Spielberg's classics. What makes it great is you've got this small beach town, and this mayor who's like hell-bent on keeping the beaches open for 4th of July at like any cost, even though there's been strong evidence that there's a shark in the area attacking people. And the 3 main characters are so great in this movie. You got Brody, who's like the police chief of the town, and he's doing whatever he can. He's just like the noble guy who wants to do whatever he can to keep everyone safe in the town. He is the town protector, you know, but he kind of really likes the low-key vibe of the town. And then you've got Quinn, who's like the, you know, salty, gruffy, old sea like sea captain guy. Like he's like the guy does the nail scratch on the chalkboard, and he's like, I'll get your fish, I'll cut him, I'll give you the head for whatever he says, and I'll give you the tail, I'll give you the whole damn thing. He's just that gruff, tough, gruffy guy. He's such a great character. There's an awesome scene in the film where Brody, Hooper, and Quinn are on the boat looking for the shark, and they're drinking and they're sharing kind of stories of their encounters with different wildlife and stuff, and Quinn does this monologue of how he was on the ship, the Indianapolis, and that monologue is one of the best movie monologues you'll ever see. So when you watch this movie, pay attention to that. That's so amazing. And then the third main character I forgot to mention already, Hooper. He's like this nerdy scientist guy. He studies sharks for a living. He's like a shark expert. He comes to the town because he heard of the attacks, and you got like the perfect trio. You got the police chief, the hero, the protector. You got the nerd guy who's knows everything there is to know about the sharks and uses science to figure things out. And then you got the old salty, gruff sea captain who's going to take these guys out and help them take down this shark. And then, of course, you can't talk about Jaws without talking about the music. John Williams does the music for this movie, and I mean, that music will scare the shit out of you. I don't care who you are. Play that music by a pool party, I would freak out. It's dun 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 dun. I mean, fuck. If I heard that at a beach or a lake or anything, I'm not going in the water for anything. I literally just watched it the other day, and I jumped at a scene where that was going on. Yeah. So anyways, I like it because it's an amazing film, but it also takes place over 4th of July, and it's very relatable. There's a lot of beach towns that do a lot of festivities for 4th of July, so fits the theming. So yeah, if you haven't for some reason seen Jaws, watch Jaws. The number 2 pick I have is the film Independence Day, and I mean, the title says it all, right? The title says the name of the holiday we're talking about here, Independence Day. It stars Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum, and I love both of these guys in this movie so much. I mean, in general, they're both really good actors anyways, but especially in this movie, Will Smith's like this hotshot Air Force pilot, and then you got Jeff Goldblum, who's this nerd. I don't know, I forget what his job is exactly, what his job title is, but he's a very smart, scientific type guy. And aliens come to Earth, and he's the one who figures out, he's like, yeah, they're using our satellites to coordinate attack against us, and you got to be ready for a response and whatever. Nobody believes him at first, of course, so it's that whole storyline of nobody wants to listen to this guy even though he's the only one who really knows what's going on. And I don't know, just the way watching Jeff Goldblum explain things about things that are science-based, just watching him explain those, he's so good at it. He's so good at portraying that type of character. It's probably why I love Jurassic Park so much. When he portrays Ian Malcolm, he's very much the same way. The way he explained things to other characters in a movie, it's just amazing. So I really love his role in this film. And then, like I said, Will Smith, he's playing this hotshot Air Force pilot, and he's funny as always. And there's so many good scenes where there's dogfighting scenes between the Air Force and the alien fighter ships. And I love good dogfighting scenes in any type of military film. So that really got me pumped up and fired up to watch those scenes. And then of course just to hear the one-liners that Will Smith throws out throughout the movie. And yeah, I mean, and then of course Randy Quaid, I forgot almost, Randy Quaid's hilarious in this movie. It's a shame he's not able to do movies nowadays really, but I mean, he's great in this one. So this movie has just the right amount of action and comedy. Yeah, Independence Day, perfect 4th of July film. Okay, moving on to number 1. Number 1 pick for 4th of July films, it's got to be The Patriot. And forget what your personal feelings are about Mel Gibson, because he's really amazing in this film. I mean, it's not like he's not giving you an Oscar performance, but he's just the story and his character and how he portrays his character is awesome. It takes place during the Revolutionary War, and Mel Gibson plays a guy named Benjamin Martin who he's a widower, he's got 7 kids, and he's kind of haunted by his past. He was in the French and Indian War, and he did some shit there that he's really struggling with to this day. He's got demons about that, and he doesn't really want to let his kids know about really what happened during that war and what he did there. And so when the Revolutionary War is like kind of like about to begin, his older kids, his older sons want to go and fight, and he's very much against it, and they don't understand it. And so you got that dynamic going on with his family. And then eventually one of his sons does join the military and gets into an entanglement with British officers, and it causes a big moment in the film, let's just say that, for Mel Gibson's character. And there is a scene where him and his sons go after these British officers in the forest, and this scene is probably like the best scene of the film. It makes his character for the film, like, you finally understand what Mel Gibson's character is all about and why he is the way he is. And just to give you a hint of what it is, basically, think of Mel Gibson's character as being the Jack Bauer of the Revolutionary War. Like, that's who he is. So, I mean, it's set during the Revolutionary War, so it's set during the time where we were declaring our independence. It's got a great story. It's got a great cast. Heath Ledger, Mel Gibson, Jason Isaacs, who's an amazing villain. He plays a great villain in every movie he's ever been in. Go watch movies with Jason Isaacs and tell me he's not good at being evil in a movie. I can't find it. He's the best villain. Anytime he's cast as a villain, he's the best. Like, that's it. I don't want to get into any more plot details because you guys got to just go watch these movies and just let it fill you with American pride and get you pumped up to do all the awesome shit you're going to do on the 4th, whether it's shooting off fireworks or just scarfing down burgers or pounding Bud Light. Because remember, we're drinking Bud Light on 4th of July. No imports. Gotta be domestic beer, right? Come on. Yeah, okay, that's my list. Thanks for watching. You want to give me a comment or a like or, criticism, whatever. I appreciate all of it. And just want to end by saying, thank you to all the servicemen and women who are in the military serving and protecting the country. And also a thank you to the most noble men and women out there, the men and women who provide us with our propane and propane accessories. There is no greater calling in our country than to provide us with those. So thank you. Have a good 4th.